Hi, everybody. Mike Gerdes here from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living with a love note. Hey, today I'm going to talk about diets. Oh, yes, diets. Now, I'm not talking about how much sugar you're eating. I'm not talking about whether you're on a vegan diet or an all-meat diet or a vegetarian diet. I'm not talking about that kind of diet at all. I'm talking about the diet you use for your mind. You know, that's probably more important than anything you eat or don't eat, is what you allow yourself to assimilate within your own consciousness. Now, I got to ask you a question. Do you watch the evening news every night religiously? The question I have is, does that make you feel better? Probably not. Sometimes, we get so caught up in wanting to know what's happening right at this moment over things we have nothing to do with, or we have no effect over, or have no control over. It seems to be an obsession. Now, I'm not opposed to knowing what's going on in current events, but, you could step back. If it's really important, people will let you know. So, besides watching the news and reading the news magazines and all the social media, what are you doing to feed your mind? Because those things oftentimes don't add a whole lot to your mental well-being. They say you are what you eat. Actually, you are what you think. And what you think about most of the time is what you're expressing in your life. Now, this is really important, don't you think? So, yeah, and I know that if you eat sugar all day long, it's not going to work out too well for you. What are you doing with regards to your mental diet? Are you spending any time at all in meditating? Oh, it's too hard, baloney. Just do it. Just do it, and you'll get better at it. Read books on it. You can do it. You just have to make a decision. Do it. And how about prayer? How many times have you prayed today? Have you prayed today? Have you started your day with prayer? I like the phrase, the saying, a day hemmed in prayer tends not to unravel. I find that if my day seems to be unraveling, I can go back and I can meditate. I can be still. I can center myself and I can pray. And things get better right away. It's amazing how this works. It's not a wish upon a star situation. It's that the thoughts that we put into our consciousness tend to manifest. More so, more quickly than we realize. But they do manifest. So let's be real careful about what we're consuming. How many John Wick series do you want to watch? How many violent TV programs do you need? How many hours on YouTube do you need to spend to call it enough? All that stuff, if you're not careful, can lead you into a state of consciousness that's not all that healthy. So instead of that, and instead of talking about what we should not do, let's talk about what we should do. And what we should do is read something positive every day. Read a good book. Read the Science of Mind magazine. Read the Science of Mind. If you have any books in your cabinet, bookshelves, which of those are of a spiritual nature have you not even opened? How about reading a page a day? How about joining the Saturday morning Science of Mind class? Let's get our minds filled with some good stuff. Let's start on a diet, a spiritual regimen of thinking properly by consuming the right things intellectually and embodying those ideas that express the greater idea of life. That's what we're here to do. Express the greater idea of life. So let's do that. Sometimes it's not all that sexy, it's not all that cool, but the rewards are much greater. So here's to great rewards. Here's to greater spiritual consciousness. Here's to a healthy spiritual diet. That's all for tonight. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.